the one will not disturb you, but most times also it depends the length of the time that you commit that crime. Has it been 5 years? When you're filing, your citizenship, do you have any evidence to show that you've been rehabilitated? Went for classes, and since that time you haven't got into trouble with the law. Those are the things that can stop you from becoming a citizen. And also, like I said earlier on, some people, when they were getting their green card, the information they put there, they're not the same. Some people, they said they have not been married or they've only been married once. They forgot the traditional marriage that you married back home. It's considered as a legal marriage to the United States. But for them, innocently so, they don't know that traditional marriage, when you exchange the drink, that's actually a marriage. They don't count that. And later on, either through interview, they will say those things, right? So then they'll say, oh, wow, you're married. Because the immigration officer will ask you, did he exchange drinks? This, you say you have a boyfriend and things like that. So sometimes, in Africa, we're Africans, you live with somebody for maybe a year or so. Everybody start referring to you guys husband and wife, and you go, when they fill in information for you, everybody assumes that that's your husband or that's your wife, but you're not legally married, either traditionally or legally, in court married. So those are the things that can stop you. And another thing is immigration might miss, certain things like divorces. It came at a time we were dealing with so many Ghanaian divorces that were not good, because when you submit them, they don't meet the threshold, right? And so those divorces come back to bite the person. They can delay you because then you have to correct. They go get a real divorce, because sometimes the confirmation, when they confirm in the traditional marriage and things like that. So those are the things that can stop you from becoming a citizen, right? But I don't want Malcolm to get mad at me that I'm giving too much information. So, but what he can do, if you need more information, he can always contact us. But those are the things that you'll be able to avoid. And then, of course, there are certain crimes when you commit them, like drug offenses, serious drug offenses, not marijuana, but like cocaine and other things. Matter of fact, some of them, they will get you to be deported anyway. And some people also, like our sisters, when they came here before, everything was easy, right? They can get, different names, or they can just, when they given birth, they got like, benefits from the government, or they use this other person's driver's license. When the computer system came on, they started, seeing these people like identical, they start catching them. And sometimes the government has spent so much money on this person because of their birth, or they were getting, help from the government. Now the government, the states locally can decide to prosecute you. And when they prosecute you, if you're convicted, immigration, then it doesn't matter if you have a green card or not. You cannot become a United States citizen unless you clear that path. Sometimes you can get a pardon, you can get the governor to excuse your crime and things like that. So, but for anything that is said, there are certain things that you can waive. There are waivers sometimes you'll be able to do. And sometimes you have to sue people, sue the government in federal courts. Administratively, to try to get those benefits. But just know that, if you commit, adultery and you don't pay your taxes, you lie, misrepresentation, or you get your green card through fraud and things like that, it will delay you. Sometimes you will still get your citizenship, because when they deny your application, they always give you an opportunity to request for a hearing, so they can be able to hear what else, maybe the officer missed, or other evidence that you have to give. So that's what it is.
All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. At this point, we have 30 minutes, but I want to be mindful that the 30 minutes left is comprises of questions, answers, and also his final message before he signs out. So let's try to squeeze everything in. My goal is not to go past 7:30 because that will probably prevent Malcolm from releasing him coming back next week if possible or the next time. So please let's try to be circumspect of the time so that we can always get them whenever we need them to be at our services. Again, producer will be putting the contact information. Malcolm has already sent me the details, so we will be projecting that and letting people know in the case that they want to go ahead and um, you know consult. And it's very, very important to consult because I believe that some questions are better answered with all the information garnered before the lawyers, and they can tell you, hey, based on the information that we have, this is your best bet, and you will be actually better off that way. So please, if you're ready to talk, unmute yourself and go ahead and state your name, the state you're calling from, and go ahead and ask your question. And lawyer will be here with his team to help answer it accordingly. And like I said, producer will be um, putting up the contact information. Malcolm, can you also do me a favor and type it in the chat so that those on Zoom can also get it? Just the numbers and the email address if possible, and we'll put the flyer out there. We also put it on our broadcast as well so that everybody can have access to it. Because our goal is to have our viewers and listeners, get hold of you guys and get all their stations that are tailored to themselves. At this point, if you are ready to speak, please unmute yourself and state your name and where you're
Yes, sir.
calling.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, yes, yes. Please go ahead. What is your name
Yeah,
and
good
where you're
evening.
calling from?
My name is Mario, and I'm calling from New York.
All right,
My
Mario.
question is, I got married to my wife. The marriage is over 2 years now. My case is still pending, but I already received my work authorization and my social security number. But due to a whole lot of problems, we just divorced a week ago. So my question is, what happened to my pending case?
Okay. Over to you, lawyer.
Yeah. With your pending case, once immigration get notified that, well, it's 2 years, so you only have your work authorization, so you don't have your green card yet, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So once immigration know that, and actually have an obligation to notify immigration. So they're just gonna close the case because you and the petitioner, they call them, are no longer together. So the marriage that brings the application together is no longer valid. But like I said, if you experience any emotional or physical or psychological abuse, you
Mm-hmm.
still be able to get your papers through that. So you can always
Awesome.
contact and ask for
Awesome.
Malcolm. So it's not a problem at
Malcolm,
all.
I will do that. I will do that.
All
I'll
right.
call you tomorrow.
No problem, sir.
All right.
Anytime.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All
Thank you.
right. Excuse me. Next what about you miss your wife? Next question,
Okay.
please.
I'm Joe. I'm Joe. I'm speaking from Connecticut.
Go ahead, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I want to find out. I came with visiting visa and I've overstayed. Apart from marriage, is there any way you can help me get a green card? And if so, how can I locate your office in Connecticut?
Okay, I don't have an office in Connecticut. I used to have in Boston, not too far from you. But we closed those offices a couple years ago now. But I have friends in Connecticut and also in Boston if you just want them. But if you want us, you can always call us. We do everything electronically. In your case, unless if we talk to you one on one and we'll try to figure out, what we can do to be able to help you. Okay, but I cannot just be able to answer in a general, platform like this. Okay, so you
Oh,
can call still, and by the way, just in case somebody wants to call, our consultation fee is usually 200. But when we do programs like this, because of PK, we see that it's helping the community because it's good for us to be in that kind of process also to give to the community. So we usually do consultation for the first 15 minutes free. So you can call actually to get an answer. All right.
Oh, so did you
oh,
just say that the consultation is free?
The first 15 minutes is free because of UPK, your program.
So the first 1 5 or 50?
1 5.
1 5. The
15
first
minutes is free.
15
Yeah.
minutes is
And you
free.
should be able to get all your information in 15 minutes anyway. So it
so
doesn't really
please,
matter.
You
if
said you
I
can
may
even
ask,
get to 30.
Okay, we can negotiate that. That's not a problem.
Okay,
For you,
hold
we'll
on.
help you.
Hold on, my brother Joe. Hold on. Let me make this emphasis real quick before you proceed. Please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, do not let the works of Tatapsen go into vain. Take advantage of this. Write the numbers down. Producer is going to project the number one more time. Write the numbers down. The actual Malcolm also put the numbers up as well in the chat. Facebook, I'm going to put everything up there for you guys. Take the number, and make sure you call and get your free consultation. Then, I mean, your first one, and after that, you can proceed because that is free $200 that you're getting from Time with Tatap Send through their services. So please call and call and call and call and get that taken care of. Then when you call them, let them know that hey, I watch you guys on Time with Tatap Sen, and I'm calling because of that. Don't wait till 2 weeks later because he might not think you are the one calling because there are people going to be watching this show 3 days down the line, which might be fine. But please ask from now all the way to maybe the end of the week. Make a call, ask for Malcolm, and you will get taken care of. Malcolm is on the show today, so Malcolm will be able to verify that hey, boss said first 30 minutes okay for free consultation. So please do that and get your consultation booked. All right, Joe, go ahead and proceed, man. I just wanted to make
yes,
sure everybody get that information.
I was asking the favorable time that we can call.
I'll say call and get it
Oh,
scheduled. Nine to
yeah,
five,
just call. Yeah, our office is open from 9 to 6 anyway.
nine to
So,
six.
Oh,
and we
okay,
open on Saturday, from 9 to 2. So all our offices they open. So just call. Okay.
oh, okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
No problem, sir.
Anybody else? Any question?
I think PK, I'm going to add to what you just said. And again, Lawyer Ishmael, thank you so much for making the time. But PK is right. Please, guys, 30 minutes of free consultation. Any lawyer, as long as not a state attorney, but any lawyer for 30 minutes, it's amazing, right? So you get to ask for free. Even if you don't get the answer you need, you get clarity versus hearing that from a third party or in a group chat or somebody said this may be, because a lot of time that's how we pick information in the community, right? Going to a lawyer because there's a cost attached to it. Now you have 30 minutes free. You can call and ask the lawyer, hey, this is what I've been told. What do you think? Because every case is unique. So please, 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 not to sound redundant, I keep putting the address in the group multiple times. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Because it's very hard to get lawyers in here. He did a great job on getting Esquire Ishmael here. So please take advantage of it. I think that's all I have to add. So please, please, please give him a call. I
Yeah.
want to call and I don't have an immigration issue. I just want to call and see what's going on there. So please take advantage of it.
This
Hello.
is coming from the director of Tatap said US Canada. So again, like I said, if Tatap said is putting a lot into getting these shows to you, please do not let it become a waste. This is free services that he's giving to us. I didn't even pay a dime for his time to come over here to talk to us. So if he's ready to offer you another free 30 minutes per person, I mean, the standard was 15 minutes, but guess what? Actually, the standard is $200. So let in order to appreciate life, something in life, we have to state the obvious. Let's start from the baseline, the midline, then the end line. Okay, the baseline was $200, right? He was able to bring it down to 15. And producer was like, let's beat it to 30 minutes. And now we're able to get 30 minutes at the end line. So please take advantage of it. Director has echoed his voice on it. And I'm also pleading on all of you guys. Some way, somehow, we all have a family member, or we personally do have issues that can't be answered through this. So I'm not gonna. We still got 18 minutes. I want to make sure this 18 minutes is profitable. So I heard somebody speaking. Can you please state your
Yeah.
name? Yes.
Hello, I'm Thomas from PA, calling from Pennsylvania.
Go ahead, Thomas. Thank you
Yes,
for
Yeah,
coming on
sir.
the
thank you
show.
very much. Yeah, I wasn't around at the beginning, but I love the program. Thank you so much, PK, for the good work you are doing. My question is that I hear that there is recently an embargo on the application for green card. Not the application, I must say, but then getting the green card per se. So I don't know. I want to ask the lawyer about his take on that.
All right.
Okay. And I apologize, Mr. Thomas. I don't know which embargo that you're talking about for green card. I haven't got a reading on that. Usually they will send us email. I'm not saying what she's saying is not true, but I am not aware of that personally. So maybe for
Uh,
green card, matter of fact, for uh-huh.
yeah. I was informed that recently there are, government arrangement. They just have to withhold it for some time, and there is a lot of backlog. So if you have to apply, it takes so much time, and so it's quite a challenge for people to get it these days. And I want to find out.
Oh,
I don't
so
know. Anyway, if you have any idea on that,
no, I don't. So what had happened is immigration. Like I said, I've done this for almost 20 years now and coming. It's a
right?
it's a hit or miss, right? So
Sure.
most time, right? Can you hear me? Oh, I think it's the audio. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Sure.
So that application, some people the applications takes longer, some people it doesn't. So it all depends. As a matter of fact, in our office, in our offices, we do applications for people for green card, and they approve them without even interviews, right? And some of them they don't take long. So I realize some people applications they take longer, but that's not a general thing for everybody. So if you qualify, if you're eligible to file, you can always go and file. Matter of fact, some people file 3, 4, 5 times. There's no embargo in filing. You can always file an
Right.
application. Even people that are in courts will file
Right.
applications for them 3, 4, 5, 6 times before they get their green card. So don't worry, I mean, I always tell my clients, don't listen to what people say it's good, but you have too many lawyers out there, especially for we Africans.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. So,
Especially
I get
we
it. Thank
struggle to
you.
get our thing, but then when you
lawyer,
yeah,
lawyer, I
so
have a quick question for you.
uh-huh.
And this question could be fact or myth, and I want you to clarify that for us today. So this
Well,
actually came through my phone as a test.
I
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So the question was, if you have gotten married before, and for whatever reason you got denied, there is no chance of getting married again, legitimately, for you to be able to get approved, because they will always go back and revisit the first case. So because of that, a lot of people, through their issues that they went through with their first marriage, have found maybe the one that actually understands them better and wants to settle with them, but are scared. Actually, this particular person is living with the Karen wife after the first divorce, and they have one child together. There was no children in the first marriage, and he or she is so scared to go and file for that, for them to get a change of status. How true is that? Because this is what is circulating now, they per the person.
Well, I would just say this, right? I know it's, because of time, I would just make it quick. Let me say this. The person probably haven't met people like us, and there are plenty lawyers like us all over the United States, right? Um, we it doesn't matter to us. We should be able to get you your green card. We can tell you that. Immigration is just a policy. Anytime you married, whether that person filed for you or they don't file for you, they inquire on your first marriage anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Sometimes they deny the case. Sometimes they come. They said the marriage that you married is fraud, right? And they say it's a sham marriage. It's for immigration purposes. And by law, they were barred. They were prohibited to, approve another visa application for you. But then, that's an officer making a decision on that particular hearing. The next hearing, they call it de novo review. The next officer, the next application, they have to make a determination on their own. And sometimes you can get somebody to give you, statements. Sometimes even the ex-wife can give you statements. Family of the ex-wife can give you statements. Your friends can give you statements. You have documentation to prove that the marriage was okay. Sometimes the marriage was abusive, so you couldn't really get too much documentation. So it all depends how you present it. So, but the person can simply just call us and we'll walk you through. Like I said in the beginning of the program, most of the cases that come to us, they are tough cases that even other lawyers don't want to take. But God's so good, we take them and we pretty much successful on them.
Thank you. So, with that being said, I will let you. I'm gonna ask: is there any more question before we end this? Because once he gives his final speech, I don't think we're gonna be going back into asking
Yes,
questions
PK.
anymore. Yes, go ahead,
Okay.
David.
It's not more of a question. I'm also going to echo it again. As Uncle Thomas Osei said, guys, every case is unique. I'm not a lawyer, and at least I know that, right? PK is asking these specific questions. Guys, 30 minutes for free lawyer is insane. You have no idea how amazing that is. Take the number and call. Call, and let them give you the answer. Because to be fair, some of these issues are private. The details you might not want to share on this platform, which is good, right? But call. If you're not going to call and you ask general questions here, he's going to give you lawyer answers. And lawyer answers are usually very vague. No offense. But call and take advantage of it. And it's a free consultation. Please take advantage of it. It's 30 minutes. It was 15. It's 30 minutes. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. That's why we bring lawyers to you. So please, that's all I have to add. What you heard from your cousin, your uncle in the group chat, your pastor, was all rubbish. Call and get it from a lawyer. Call and get it from a lawyer. Because it's case by case. Call and get it from a lawyer. I can't be stern enough about this. Because that's all I have to add.
All right, thank you. Lawyer Toronko, can you please give us your final submission as we bring the curtains to an end for today's show?
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys, for giving us this platform. It's really good. And we usually will go to different churches, and try to just educate the community. And this is another way that you can reach to a lot of people. I always tell people, you can come to us, or there are other lawyers that you trust. It's like you're going to a doctor, you have to trust your doctor anyway. But we'll do our best to just be able to help you. So whatever it is, we'll work with you legally based on the law, and to try to get you your green card, your citizenship, or bring your family members over here. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes some cases might take a little bit longer than others, but we've done this and we know how to do this. And I enjoy actually, giving services like this, and PK and Director Dave. I really appreciate you guys for doing this, because knowledge is always power. And in our community, in our group, that's why sometimes we don't share. So I'm really happy. Just another note. I guess maybe the next time we'll talk about it, because a lot of clients been calling us about the Biden plan. I'll be able to explain to you guys about parole in place, and when people are in court, what things that you can do, to stay here, because it's difficult really for you to be to come here. But once you're here, it's so difficult for you to be deported. There are so many ways. We call it the kitchen sink that will be able to help, once you import or things like that. So I'll be able to explain to you guys in detail. Again, thank you because of time. And I really appreciate that. And thank you, Malcolm, for listening. Um, I don't know if Miss Rhoda is on the line, but all the people that work together to, just help people every day. We came into this just to help people. I know people pay us, but mainly we do this, to just help people. Thank you so much,
But
PK.
thank you very much, Lawyer Toronto. But I must say this confession. I mean, they didn't want me to say it, but I'll say it. Your people that you work with are so happy to work with you. They speak very highly of you and your
Oh,
tenacity,
really?
and also your charisma and your demeanor speaks a lot of you, and it speaks volumes. And that alone will make everybody want to work with you and work for you. So I must say that thank you very much for coming on the show. We are very
Oh,
grateful.
thank you.
We're looking forward to having you next week to probably talk about the updates of President Biden's plan, because deportation is another huge issue in terms of immigration aspects, So please and please and please keep us on your schedule for next week, and we're looking forward to bringing you back again. I want to say big thanks
No,
to Rada, and I want to say big thanks to Malcolm for you guys, spending time out of your busy schedule on Monday. And at this point, I'll hand over to Director to give his sign out message to you and your team before you leave. Director.
I think mine has been consistent. Again, thank you so much, Lawyer Ishmael. It's been great. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But in order for us to really generate value from what you've expressed, people need to take advantage of it, right? There's a lot of privacy and sensitivity around the conversation, right? Because everybody's case is unique and it's important to each and every one of us. So please, 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 as he's given us time, let's do it in our turn as a community. Let's please reach out. Please reach out, because often at times the fear that lacks around us is inherited fear, because we don't know, but we're told and we carried on this fear. So I mean, talk to a lawyer. The good thing about this country is that litigation could get you out of almost everything, except for tax
mm-hmm.
purposes. So if you have a lawyer, please talk. We have a lawyer for you. Just give him a call. If you don't have the money now, talk to them now, and you have a plan to even save for it. Just talk to a lawyer, please. Talk to a lawyer. The group chats are they're not legal offices, but more importantly, thank you, thank you, thank you. PK cannot stress enough how hard I've been pushing for us to get you on board, right, to discuss this, how important it is to diaspora. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think that will be from my end. I don't know what's going on with the whiteboard. Is that me? Or
I'm not sure if it's you
I
or
I definitely didn't send up a whiteboard, but let's see.
not sure. All right,
Yep.
back to normal. All right,
Yeah,
thank
no
you very
problem.
much,
Thank you, thank
All
you, thank
right. Thank you. Bye
and
bye.
we'll meet again next week, God willing.
No problem. All
Thank you.
right. God bless you. Bye
All
bye.
right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtains off when it comes to the show. YouTube and Facebook, Zoom will still be up and running for anybody and everyone who has questions concerning their application in terms of TapTap Send, the app itself. So if you have any issues with sending money back home, you have any issues with getting verified on your account, to send money back home, please, 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 this is the right time to ask questions. I always tell people you always get solutions and results as you ask them over here. I, for one, have one question for Director David. Again, if you do have any contribution or some good news that you want us to let everybody know, because I always believe it's not always the bad news to talk about. I mean, even though the bad news make us better, you also can come with some good stuff. So please take advantage of that, and let's do that right now. I'm going to hand over to Director David, and I will ask my question first, if you guys don't mind. Then after that, whoever has the question can go ahead and proceed.
Yes, PK.
All right, Director. So,
I think maybe you dropped off.
oh, can you hear me now?